Wow, the boat is nearing completion. Bolted a new starter in the other day. That was the only expense. He already had a new coil, which was all wired in wrong, so we wired that in, cleaned out the distributor cap, and he's too tight to buy a new one, so we've bent the rotor arm, but it's running like a dream. And the other problem, we got it running, but it was an absolute nightmare to get started every time. Now on the side of the car here, we've got an automatic choke unit, and if you can see that little unit down here, there's a pipe there that goes down to the intake manifold. Now what happens is, when the engine's off, there's no vacuum in the intake manifold, so there's no vacuum on that pipe. Now inside this little unit, there's a spring, and then the spring holds the choke butterfly in the closed position. Now when you apply vacuum to that pipe, then that pulls the choke open. So what happens is when the engine's off, the choke's closed, then as soon as you start it, there's a little bit of vacuum to open it. So that's quite an ingenious automatic choke system, but what happened is this whole unit, it completely vibrated loose, and there was nowhere for the vacuum to seal whatsoever, which meant that the choke was just constantly jamming on. So basically it would start, bog out, and then just run like an absolute bag of crap. So we've taken that off, resealed it, tightened it up, and it's now, well, pretty much firing up like the day it came out of the factory. Now if it was my boat, I would bother to fix all this instrument, but as it's not, I haven't. The only things that really work is the bilge pump, the key, and the throttle stroke gear linkage. So got it in a neutral position, tick over, and turn the key and it should start. You can't really complain at that, can you? See how it's fired right up. In case you don't know anything about boats, the reason we've always got the back in a water bath is because the engine's cooling system just pulls seawater from outside, from back down by the prop. So it's important whenever you're running a boat to keep it underwater so that you don't dry out the water pump and fry it.